Hey you guys, today we'll be looking at the armored Xemnas fight at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2. This has two different phases, though most of the interesting attacks happen during the first one. The first phase takes place inside the crown of the dragon Nobody. In this crown, Xemnas has this huge mantle of sorts that flows past him onto the ground and also wraps up and around the top of the throne. It's red and yellow in places, but washes out to gray as it wraps around the arena. The pieces of mantle on the floor kind of look like crowns. Some of the weapons from the organization surround the throne or are placed around the arena. None of the members from Castle Oblivion are shown here, and just the weapons of the enemies you fought in the original Kingdom Hearts 2 will appear, though it does look like Larxene's knives are built into the sides of the throne. Each weapon will move from its position to attack you during this fight. In the first half of this battle, most weapons will attack one at a time and are summoned by Xemnas. The cards act separately and will spawn as swords close to them. As you damage Xemnas, the amount of cards spawned will increase. At the beginning of the battle, 1 card will spawn, halfway through the battle 3 cards will spawn, and towards the end 5 cards will spawn. From what I've seen, you can't guard against these. Anyways, let's look at the different attacks now. For Xemnas' first bar of health, he will cycle between Xaldin's lances and Axel's chakrams. The lances will fly up into the air and lock into a circle before they all thrust down around Sora. The lances will then circle around him before stabbing down again. This is actually an attack from Xaldin's battle. Axel's chakrams will circle around the arena, slowly moving towards the center. This can be blocked. After damaging him enough, Xemnas will spawn water clones once and cycle to the other 2 weapons on the throne. Xigbar's guns will spin before they both shoot at you, and Sykes' claymores will flip into the air before slamming into the ground, creating shockwaves. The last part of this fight will have Xemnas using 2 weapons at once. This will pair up Xigbar's guns with Axel's chakrams and Xaldin's lances with Sykes' claymores. Alongside all of these attacks, Xemnas will also do 2 attacks of his own. One is a slashing attack that damages you multiple times before throwing you back. The sword has a Nobody sigil on it, as well as one of Xemnas' ethereal blades in the center. The other attack is his reflective guard from his first fight. Hitting this will knock you back. Now let's look at the second phase. After an air battle against the Nobody Dragon, who actually ended up changing design for some reason, you face Xemnas a second time. The arena is much smaller and the throne looks a little digitized here. The other organization weapons have all disappeared and won't attack you here. For this fight, you'll be given all of your growth abilities, though the information bar just lets you know about your aerial dodge and glide abilities. I didn't have high jump or dodge roll here, but when I started the fight, I had both at max level it seemed. This fight is broken up into 3 parts. The first and second part are pretty similar. You damage Xemnas until he throws you back with a giant sword slam. During this part, the dragon will throw up a shield, blocking you from getting too close to Xemnas. Buildings and lasers will fly towards you during this, though you can use some of the stationary buildings to throw the shield. Riku will ride towards it, though the first hit will be pushed back and the shield will be raised back up. Meteor Rain then appears, which shows Riku following up the attack and breaking through the guard. As you get back to the arena, 3 sets of 3 lasers will shoot at you. They are spawned from these Nobody magic circles. The textures aren't high enough quality to tell what the letters are, but you can see text circling on the outside of the circles. One thing I'll note about this section is that you can actually fall down and eventually find a floor. The second time you are thrown back, these magic circles will spawn right at the beginning. After you send another building at the shield, you can see that the shield is destroyed and falls off the arms. When you get back to the arena, the magic circle lasers will spawn and funnel you towards Xemnas. The last thing I want to point out is that you have a unique command menu here, with multiple Nobody sigils making it up. You can also see a Heartless symbol and a Kingdom Hearts symbol in the background. These tassels on either side are probably a nod to the tassels on the organization coats. And I think that is all I have for you guys today. A bit of a short video due to the charity stream last weekend, which I want to give a huge thank you to those of you who joined us for that. Whether you donated, shared, or lurked, I really appreciate the support. I always love doing those charity streams, and it is so cool to see it grow each year. Anyways, thank you to my patrons who support me. Their names will be on screen right now. Also, the cards on screen show some places where I'm sometimes active, so be sure to follow the links down in the description below to stay connected. If you enjoyed this, click the cards on screen to see some other Kingdom Hearts 2 breakdowns. Subscribe or share this, and I'll see you in the next video.